So it's a matter of great pride and privilege for all of us that at the beginning of their career, 136 probationers have been given this opportunity to meet you, the Honorable President of India. They are a highly motivated group of brilliant officer trainees with varied academic background of arts, engineering, medicine, science, management, and law. Recruited through the civil services examination and the engineering service examination conducted by UPSC, these energetic, enthusiastic, and creative officer trainees are set for a career with the Indian Railways. During the initial 78 weeks of training, these officers, trainees have been provided inputs on the great legacy of Indian Railways and how we perform, its vision and mission, its structure, their position in the organization, role and responsibilities, and are also exposed to management concepts in some of the premier management institutes within India and practical work in the field before they are entrusted with independent charge in the organization. Present group of probationers hail from almost all the states of India, truly representing the cultural mix. So, Indian Railway is the lifeline of the nation with more than 1,15,000 track kilometers, half of which has been added after independence. Indian Railways run more than 19,000 trains daily, of which 12,000 are passenger trains. Last year, Indian Railways joined the select club of 1 billion freight loading, being the 4th member in the world. We have doubled our freight in the last 10 years from 500 million tons to 1,000 million tons, which we took 15 years before that from 250 million tons to 500 million tons. Our charge for passenger services on an average basis is the lowest, very affordable, so it is just 35 paise per kilometer. And on the freight side, it is rupees 1 and paisa 43 per net ton per kilometer. Indian Railways shines in its mission of providing a cost-effective environment, friendly and safe mode of transportation to citizens of our country and for connecting remote towns and areas. We are very fortunate that every Indian talks of Indian Railways with great passion and sincerity and look forward to us for delivering better services year after year. So this year, capital of Arunachal Pradesh and the state of Meghalaya are all set to come on the Indian Railway map. The national project of Kashmir has witnessed a major landmark when we commissioned the 11.2 kilometer long tunnel from Banihal to Kazikund this year. Needless to mention, the progress of Indian Railways is unthinkable without the active involvement of each of the members of the family, of which we are today 14 lakhs. It requires concerted efforts, active coordination, and excellent teamwork. These 136 probationers, sir, are among the newest entrants to this family. It's a red-letter day in their lives, and when they have had this opportunity to meet the Honorable President of India, they will further inspire by this gathering as in their role as public servants. On behalf of Ministry of Railways, I would like to thank you, sir. I would now invite two of the officer trainees. First, Ms. Archana Makhtani, an officer of Indian Railway Account Service, and thereafter Shri Ram Babu Vavilapalli of Indian Railway Traffic Service to share their experiences. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I'm extremely honored and humbled to stand before the Honorable President of India to share our training experience. Sir, all of us here can say with immense pride that we have joined an organization with a mighty history, aptly termed Lifeline to the Nation. As Indian Railway Probationers, we acknowledge the tremendous responsibility all of us are going to face in our jobs. Sir, during this past 1.25 year of our training, we underwent various modules at our Centralized Training Institute, NAIR, Vadodara. Interspersed with on-job field training, which included visiting the railway establishment, production units, and PSUs. Sir, to gather a wider perspective, we trained at institutes outside railways like IIM Kozhikode, National Academy of Direct Taxes Nagpur, National Academy of Audit and Accounts Shimla, Directorate General of Supplies and Disposals, etc. Sir, some of our interesting experiences include traveling in a railway locomotive, trolleying, interacting with railway unions, visiting railway sidings, loco sheds, container depots, crew lobbies, stores depots, warehouses, and scrap disposal sites, where we realized the contribution of countless men and women who work behind the scenes in the harshest of conditions, rain, heat, or cold, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, to run our organization seamlessly. Sir, during our travels across the country, we had opportunity to meet and interact with our fellow citizens and understand firsthand their expectations from Indian Railways. We also fell in love with the beauty and culture of our great country, memorably Kashmir and Northeast. Our visit to Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts renewed our fascination towards India and our rich cultural heritage. Sir, on 2nd October, to pay homage to the father of our nation, we traveled by an ordinary class train to reach Sabarmati Ashram at Ahmedabad. Sir, these words of Mahatma Gandhi never made more sense than now. Whenever you are in doubt, recall the face of the weakest and poorest man whom you have seen and ask yourself if the step you contemplate is going to be of any use to him. Honorable Sir, we also learned of the numerous challenges in front of Indian Railways during our training. We are eager to prove our mettle by converting these challenges into opportunities and serve our country to the best of our abilities. Sir, on behalf of IRAS, IRPS, and IRAS Probationers, I'd like to sincerely thank you for meeting us, inspiring us, and listening to our training experiences. We shall cherish this throughout our lives. Thank you, sir. And I request Mr. Rambabu Vavilpalli to continue sharing our training experience.
It's indeed a great privilege to be here. At the outset, on behalf of the IRAS Probationers, I express my deep sense of gratitude to the head of our republic for having granted this audience. Our journey began in chilled winter of December 2012 at Indian Railway Institute of Transport Management, Lucknow, our alma mater. We were initiated to the nuances of railway operations with an exciting schedule at Jeddah TI Udaipur. Our institutional training schedule offers an interesting mosaic of lectures, seminars, and workshops with specialized modules on logistics and supply chain management, customer care, asset management and optimization, catering and tourism, urban transport systems, traffic planning, etc. Indian Railways is pioneer in leveraging information technology to meet the emerging transport needs of agriculture and industry. The IT workshops on various management information systems and decision support systems laid emphasis on smart governance, promoting transparency, accountability, and citizen centricity. The foundation and induction training imparted at NAIR Baroda presented us with an opportunity of not only learning the threads and fabric of our organization, but also infused in us a sense of SPD Corps. The orientation training offered at the CTIs of various other railway services has reinforced this process. The module on ethical leadership offered by IC Center for Governance, Panchgani, was designed to inculcate the quintessence of leadership based on emotional intelligence inspired by Mahatma's maxim, be the change you want to see in others. The orientation courses offered at Indira Gandhi National Forest Academy, National Audit and Accounts Academy, CBI Academy, Bureau of Parliamentary Studies were focused on cross-cutting issues and basics of different organizational practices. Field training visits to mining areas, ports, steel plants, cement factories, refineries, FCI sidings, fertilizer plants, and container depots have broadened the horizons of our perception and understanding of the symbiotic relationship between the railways and the industry. The first-hand interaction we had with our staff at the cutting-edge level made our learning more pragmatic. In the process, we trotted the length and breadth of this great nation, witnessing the rich diversity and tracing the footprints of railways in the economic development of the country. We are indebted to our motherland for reaping the benefits of education, skills, and values. Sir, standing before you at the inception of our careers, we promise to repay it with dedication and determination by being the agents of change. Thank you, sir. Now I request the Chairman, Railway Board, Shri Arunendra Kumar, to kindly present a memento to Honorable President of India.
At the very outset, I would like to welcome you to Rashtrapati Bhavan and particularly to this historic Darbar Hall, whose columns, high domes, and mute walls have witnessed the transformation of a colonial India of 190 years to a free, independent nation. This historic hall has witnessed many of the momentous changes in the contemporary history. I welcome you to this historic Rashtrapati Bhavan, and also I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you on your success in all the 5 services which are important to run a huge complex organization like Indian Railways. As Chairman Railway Board pointed out that you had varied academic backgrounds, engineers, general graduates, medical graduates, and many other disciplines. In all 5 services for which you have been recruited to a very difficult competitive examination speaks of your academic excellence. You are undergoing through important changes and also various aspects of the training inputs in railways, traffic, accounts, protections. All these are very important in railway services. It is one of the oldest organizations, and it is said that there are very few institutions which combine India physically and mentally. Indian Railways is one such organization. From mountains to seas, from deserts to plain to arid land, whole length and breadth, 65,600 kilometers are covered by railway networking. Running thousands of trains every day, carrying 2 crores passengers every day from one part to another part. Some very small haul, some very long haul is not an easy task. I spoke of the integration. Just shut your eyes and imagine in a railway compartment when you are sharing so many persons traveling, some short distance, some long distance, some students, some aged, some employed, some unemployed persons, various type of people, men, women, coming from different parts, speaking different languages, but immediately acquiring one identity, railway passenger in coach number such and such. This speaks of and conveys a sense of oneness and identification. I am not going to tell you about your problems which you will face, whether in account service, whether in protection force services, whether in traffic services, because these are the issues which you shall have to address in your day-to-day life. But the most significant contribution which Indian Railways are serving the nation and making to the progress and development of the country is that this is the biggest and perhaps still today the cheapest transportation in any part of the world. Therefore, this aspect is to be kept in mind. And your services are of various natures. I remember at one point of time, we used to put the railway to carry drinking water because of the acute drought in some parts of the country. To carry fodder, not merely carrying food grains, carrying industrial raw materials, coal, steel, finished products, fertilizer, petroleum products, but to provide the supply line even for some small items. Railway services are put into operation.